Hello, everyone, and I'm dying already. How are we? Hopefully, all of yous are well. Hopefully, yous calmed down from yesterday. I know I have, for sure. I know certain someone hasn't. Him, but they. But how are we? Hopefully, all of yous are good. But we are here today to discuss a certain individual player that, for me, has been disappointing the last couple of games and for a long time now. And that is Darwin Núñez. Look, I love the lads, but there is the conversation that needs to happen about Darwin Núñez and what he brings to this Liverpool team. As you can see, I am joined from Jack and Ricky from the Anfield Road TV and, of course, the 1882 Reds TV as well. Lads, how are we? Rick, starting with you.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Tired, but yeah, still a bit thingy after yesterday's game. And I just did a show with Luke, and yeah, don't know what else to say, mate. It's just shocking all round, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be Manchester United. That, well, to be fair, for some reason, I think like half their team got into the team of the week. Again, I don't know how. But Jack, how are we as well? How are we, lads?
Not too bad, lad. Some chicken, lad. Before we come on here, and I'm looking forward to this because we got some chickens playing up front for Liverpool at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one for having me on, mate. And I can't wait to get stuck into it.
No problem at all. Good evening, Press, as well. Big up to Press as well. Big up Tom. Yes, the fellas been waiting for this all day. Ha ha ha. I bet you have, Tom, since I put in the group this morning. Jesus Christ, Connor, you sound like Brian. Do you know what? It was worse earlier on. Now it's okay a little bit. And then tonight, then it'll be even worse when I can't speak at all. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be gone and I can actually speak normal and how I normally sound anyway. But nevertheless, we are going to discuss Darwin Núñez because we could discuss the whole front line, I think, from yesterday's performance. Rick, start with you. Again, bad day at the office. Don't get me wrong. People will go on and say it's an overreaction in some sense. But I think James Pearce, came out yesterday and was like, Darwin, no goals in 10. Lucho, I think, has only got 2 goals in 10. And Cody Gakpo, likewise, as well. We can't keep relying on Mo Salah week in, week out. Again, he hasn't been performing well recently. Yes, the goals and assists, but a very nice, a gem onto the picture, but performance-wise, that front line hasn't been performing well this season. We've had the likes of Harvey Elliott coming off the bench and adding something to that team. But what's your thoughts and your process of how the front line was yesterday and in recent weeks as well?
Tragic. I'm sure statistics-wise, we've got the worst front three in the top 6. Cody Gakpo, for me, is pointless. I don't know what he offers in the game of football. I don't think he knows what his best position is. Liverpool don't know what his best position is. Every time we got the ball yesterday, he decided to shoot from about 30 yards into no one. Mo Salah is Mo Salah. I'm not gonna bad mouth Mo Salah, but you can't take him out on no more. So that's why he keeps cutting inside. And again, he's another one that just wants to keep shooting. It's like, and then you've got Darwin Núñez. Listen, we all know every channel, Liverpool channel. I've been a massive, massive fan of Darwin Núñez from the day he stepped foot in this club. I've defended him, but I just think it's enough. But I also blame Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp was trying to turn him into Bobby Firmino, and he's not that type of player. Darwin Núñez is not a false 9. Where's the Darwin Núñez that ripped Liverpool apart for Benfica at Anfield in that Champions League game? I also I don't know where to go here from Núñez. I think you cut your losses on him in the summer. But again, the blame's got to be all round. I just don't see it all on him. I just think some reason we haven't been playing well this season at all, performance-wise. I again say it, the team is false in what it looks like. We should be nowhere near the top of the league based on performance-wise. And this tiki-taka football that we're trying to play needs to go. We need to get back to the heavy metal clock football that we've been successful over the years with. We need to get back to that, and then maybe you'll see certain players step up and start performing more again.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Jack, following on Ricky, where he said there about system, I think a lot of people, as I think Ricky said there, in terms of Darwin Núñez, and probably, likewise with, maybe Cody Gakpo as well, is that the system has changed drastically since the start of last season.
Yeah.
Again, we tried to do something last season, didn't work. Transitioned into the double pivot, again, work in progress. But I think we can all agree that we don't have the players to do that. Or we do, well, in saying that, I think we do have the players to do it. It's just we're not doing it. Like as Ricky said, we're playing our false position. And unlike City last season, where Haaland was, well, Liverpool have copied the Pep in that sense of things, but not fully, where we're not letting Darwin Núñez be that guy that can run in behind. And I think that when we are trying to play the false position, I think you should just look at some people like, even maybe Lucho in the 9, or even just play Cody Gakpo. But what's your thoughts on the whole entire system and just the attacking lane so far this season?
Yeah, I've just come off the back of a show that I've done this evening with Kevin and my good mate Jay, the West Ham fan channel, EZ20 Zone, and it was interesting insights. I did ask him about Darwin on the episode tonight, and as just said, what is your thinking from an outside point of view about Darwin Núñez? I said, obviously Liverpool's fan base is extremely split down the middle on Núñez at the minute. And I was like Ricky, and I was probably one of the biggest people off the back of that Benfica game. I come off the ground saying to you, Connor, we need to sign this lad. And I still feel he can still very much, he's got qualities, but we're just, as you both lads have mentioned, we're not getting the best out of him. And as to Jay's point, I just asked, what do you feel about Darwin Núñez? And he said to me, which was extremely insightful, was it looked like from his perspective as a neutral that Liverpool were just trying to play a different style of football, or they're trying to play the Bobby way of football with Darwin Núñez. He just said, by the looks of it, he doesn't look like he can do that. Like his qualities as a footballer, just someone getting in behind, finishing, and just, but Liverpool just was stuck in a weird predicament at this moment in time because all of our attackers are extremely different and versatile. I think Gakpo, if he had to pick any of our forward line, Gakpo is completely different to Jota. But what you do get with Cody Gakpo when he's playing in form, he can play with his back to goal. He can play forward facing of the centre halves. Gakpo can keep hold of the ball and actually get the Liverpool team 15, 20 yards up the pitch. He's got that. For me, long term, he's going to be miles better than Bobby Firmino. I think he's got a better skill set than Bobby. But obviously, Bobby was one of the, well, for the last 5-6 year period, was one of the best false nines in world football for me. But we are in a catch-22 as a fan base, as a football club as well, in relation to our attackers. I don't understand. I think obviously it's a young squad, but it looks like in recent weeks that Jurgen's just putting all these players out in that forward line and telling them, sort it out yourselves, do something. For me, there doesn't look like there's a pattern of play. There's an understanding so far. I know it's a young team and that will come in the next year or two. But we don't want to become the end of May and be looking at this Liverpool team going, what if we actually just started putting away an extra 15, 20 goals in this season? That's the difference between potentially winning the league or whatnot. So it's frustrating, mate. Núñez needs to actually start. Get off social media. Don't be looking at social media. Focus on what you were brought in to do. and that was score goals. I think from a statistical analysis point of view, he's played, I think it was 66 times for Liverpool. He scored 22 and he's assisted 11. So he averages a goal and assist every 2 games, really. But even still, when you're a striker, Liverpool Football Club, yeah, you'd expect a bit better.
Yeah, no, you would absolutely 100%. I think as well, as Brian said, but in the comments, Núñez needs looking at in the summer if you can't get it together. And I think that, as what you've mentioned with there, Jack, is the fact that Liverpool are playing the way like we used to with the false nine, and as Ricky said as well, where Liverpool haven't been that Liverpool since probably midway through the 21-22 season, because I think even the back end of that season we didn't see Liverpool as we was, because we were playing Sadio Mane as the false nine.
It's just frustrating, mate, and we can all see it, and even Núñez himself. It's so frustrating, and last night showed it quite evidently. Núñez, he can get in behind, he'll be making these runs, but it doesn't help when your wingers are getting that ball and then coming back inside. If Núñez or whoever's playing up front, Jota or Gakpo, if they're going to make that run, try and find them. I know we're not just going to continuously spamming balls, but Diaz, he's got a good cross on. Gakpo's got a good cross on. Trent, Salah, these players can very much deliver a ball into the 6-yard box. Núñez, he's creating wise, he's making the runs and everything. He just needs to block out everyone, even us, every Liverpool fan. And just focus, just stay in that 6-yard box, get in between those centre halves. And fair enough, if they're not delivering service, these players for his teammates, then we can criticise them. But Núñez, just focus on getting goals, mate. And if he doesn't score the first one, then sound, just keep on at it, lads. I think last night showed that. I think he was nearly crying coming off the pitch. We love him, we'll back you, Núñez, but come on, lads. You're a big lad, 23 years old. He's got the world at his feet. He's at Liverpool Football Club. Us fans, I know I might not see him off the back of my video last night as well. We have got patience. We have got patience as a fan base. But when push comes to shove, Núñez, you need to absolutely deliver.
We want to see development. And I think at the moment, Darwin Núñez isn't developing. And again, that might be system, that might just be player. Again, we're not too sure. But at the moment, it's not looking good. And it's also with, I think it's the front three as itself, though, because, for example, like Cody Gakpo, and we should realistically do a video on him as well, is that last season, or, in January, brought in as a false nine. Yeah. Darwin was put onto the left. This season, it's changed completely around, where Cody's playing 1 minute in midfield, then he's right wing. Like yesterday, when we switched to that 4-2-4, 4-4-2,
that was all over the place, that lad.
Yeah, Cody Gakpo's playing right wing, and Harvey Elliott's playing left centre mid. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, surely we should be doing Harvey on the right, Gakpo in a 10, put Darwin left wing if you want to put Mo up top. Like, I mean, it wasn't that. It was like, everyone just get up front, see what happens, and we go from there. There was no structure in place.
That screams, lads. That's how many videos did we do last season before we went on that run? Last year was put players on the pitch and just start spamming balls into the box for the sake of it. I remember speaking to Ricky, countless videos, and Yukon and Overs. This yesterday screamed to me what we were doing a lot of last year. All substance, but no quality. Just trying to do something out of nothing.
Do you know what it is? Jurgen Klopp's not very good tactically. He's not a very good tactical manager, Jurgen Klopp. There's games where he gets embarrassed tactically. Pep embarrasses him tactically. I think Emery's a better tactical manager than Klopp. There's plenty of managers in the Premier that tactically are levels above Jurgen Klopp. But look, if it's not going right for Liverpool, then we're in trouble, because what I see yesterday was gung-ho, let's stick 10 man up front. Hopefully the ball lands on the floor in the penalty area and one of them can pull in the back of the net. But saying that, we had 12 corners in that game. You had Konate miss a sitter with a header.
Van Dijk.
Cody Gakpo missed a sitter with a header. He probably had the better header out of all three of them. Van Dijk missed one. Núñez, his header, I don't know what he's trying to do. Like I said to Jack yesterday on the review show, that why do we feel the need that Mo Salah has to touch the ball before we can put it in the back of the net?
Yeah.
We need more match
difficult.
winners, boys. We do. And Núñez can be one of those match winners, in all honesty. And that's what the like. I was even watching videos of Torres last night, boys. Like Torres,
Don't make you cry.
Yeah, like the way Torres used to glide into the box. Thing is, Núñez is quicker than Torres. I'll tell you that now. Núñez is miles quicker than Fernando Torres. But I just love the way eloquently Torres used to just glide inside the penalty area. The thing is, like, what Torres was done, he'd beat any player in the last 5-10 yards of him, anyone. Obviously, we know with Suarez, he'd nutmeg about 6 of them, just create a goal out of absolutely nothing. But with Torres, when he got the ball, it looked to take on him, man. It'd look on to try and just get that. If Núñez knows he's 1-on-1 with a centre half or something, just do it. You know you can beat every single defender in the league and in Europe. Just get the ball, drive out. And that's what frustrates me with Diaz as well, though, boys. I know it's not Diaz's show, but both of them have got pace in abundance. They're just lacking.
Diaz ain't.
Oh, yeah.
Diaz is not as quick. Diaz is not as quick as you boys think. He's not as quick as you boys think, Diaz.
He is.
I think he's lost a bit of pace because of the knee injury. But I think he is rapid, but he constantly. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. He consistently wants to cut inside, and it's like even yesterday that one-on-one opportunity was a lot. Like just go to his freaking left. If you go to his left, you can beat him because his whole weight is on the right hand side because he knows what you want to do and just wins the ball easily. And like the Lucho that we saw the first 6 months, and not even the first 6 months before the knee injury, that was electric from Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was Liverpool's best forward from when he signed for Liverpool to when he got his knee injury. And since then, it's been worrying a little bit.
That's what defines the great players, though, mate. The reason why he was so explosive into the Prem, no one had even heard of him in the Premier League. Defenders had never played up against him at all. And that's what makes the great players great. They evolve. They develop over a certain period of time. Mane, Salah, that's what's amazing with Salah. Everyone knows what Salah's going to do, but he always somehow miraculously gets goals and creates goals. But I think Diaz, he frustrates himself. I don't know if it's a tactical ploy, boys, or just that Núñez and Diaz, there doesn't seem to be any understanding. I think the only technical understanding from our attacking players this season has been from Núñez and Salah. That's the one positive that I can speak about Núñez. There seems to be some understanding from a technical point of view of where both players want to be, but I'm not seeing that with the likes of Diaz and Núñez. You'd think them being South American, they'd understand each other. But at the minute, they're just laughing, hugging and all. That's well and good, but come on, boys, deliver.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that the thing I miss quite a lot, and I think that could help Darwin as well, is the fullbacks, bombing up and down. Like, yeah, we don't have Robbo at the minute, but as you lads said earlier on, yesterday, and I think I said it yesterday on the post-match, the amount of times that the overlap was on for Liverpool, I think, Rick, you said it, like, every single Liverpool forward was selfish yesterday. Every single one of them wanted to make a name for themselves instead of just making that simple ball to the right or left of them, and then it was a tap across, and then somebody like a Núñez or Diaz could slot it in. And that, for me, is what Liverpool miss. I think and this isn't really, with Darwin, but it is at the same time. For me, the biggest problem for Darwin Núñez is Trent inverting. I think that's the biggest issue for Liverpool. Because, we look, again, the record since Trent moved inverted, look, it's been brilliant. Stats-wise, Liverpool, if they continue it, Liverpool going to win the league mathematically if things happen like that. But it's football, so it doesn't. But it's, for me, Liverpool are at their best when the wing-backs are bombing up and down. and the midfield is, robust and being able to attack.
We are so easy to play against, though, boys. In chess, we know how to stop Liverpool. You shut down Sally, double man mark him, and you shut down the supply line to Trent. I tell you now, that's what Real Madrid done a couple of years ago. Well, the last Champions League final we had against them. They allowed us to have the ball, but they knew that Liverpool, when push comes to shove in that final, we didn't have the quality to finish them off. Real Madrid had one chance in that game and he finished us off. Like
Go on. Like the biggest issue is Darwin Núñez don't know the offside rule. One. I mean, it's you learn that at the age of you learn that at the age of 9, the offside rule, mate, in amateur football, and he don't know it. The second thing is, Charlie's put it in the chat there. The build-up play is horrific. You've got Van Dijk and Konate on the ball. They then pass it into midfield, and you've got Endo sitting there, who takes about 5 years to turn around, and by then there's 10 men behind the ball. It's too late, and then he distributes it out wide, who then boys want to come inside because they can't beat a man, and then you've got Darwin Núñez still offside because he's not realised he's offside, and then the ball comes to him too late. But the build-up play, this is what I mean. We need to get rid of this Pep Guardiola. Klopp needs to stop thinking he's Pep Guardiola with Pep Linders next to him and playing tiki-taka football because we can't do it. We need to bin that off and go back to quick passing, quick transition, and then Darwin Núñez will thrive under that because you're up the pitch in a matter of 5 seconds instead of 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the thing. It's like you say, Rick. Was it yesterday? I think when Lucho could have just put Darwin in, and Darwin's waiting, stops running, walks back, and then Lucho passes it, and then Darwin's offside, and you're like, Darwin's done the right thing there in making the space and making the run, and then the play's just been too slow to him. And that's probably another thing where you look at, I think all of us go, where is the Darwin Núñez from Benfica? Now that Darwin Núñez, Jack, went to go and watch him. And after that game, I think me and Jack, we both said to each other was Liverpool must go and sign this player because Darwin Núñez will be the top striker in the Premier League if Liverpool play him right.
I'd never seen anything since the likes of Torres, mate. And even if he's half as good as Torres, he'd be an extremely good player. I'm not comparing both players. But what I am is stylistically, when you just look at a play and it's like, bloody hell. I think you're both hit the nail on the head. If Liverpool suck on teams, we need to start doing this a lot more. But the thing is, we play with such a high line. Every single team, apart from when you get playing against Villa, City, teams that typically come at Liverpool. But we just need to start sitting a bit 25 yards, 30 yards deeper in our own penalty area. And I get where Ricky was saying with the Pep Guardiola possession-based football. That's where I think Liverpool can actually start winning more league titles. Because I think the way we used to play under Jurgen Klopp or guns blazing and everything, it was so unpredictable. But with the likes of McAllister, so Bosley, when he's actually playing proper games of football, when we get the actual proper number 6, the player that should replace prime Fabinho, because I'm not buying into this notion of McAllister being our main out-and-out 6 for the next 5 years. No. We need an absolute destroyer like a Rodri type. There's not many of them, but I think they would massively alleviate all the issues that we've spoken with Núñez, Diaz and everything. When you've got that more protection, it allows Trent, it allows Robbo, it allows Szoboszlai to even venture forward, Gakpo to be a bit more creative and get into the penalty area. At this moment in time, as we know with Endo, it's not Endo's fault. But the thing is, Liverpool, from a defensive structural point of view, when we transition forward, and even United yesterday, when you went forward, you were getting in. Ricky, what's
Rick? Yeah.
Two things. Jurgen Klopp will ruin Szoboszlai. It will ruin him as a player. And the second thing,
Go on, say it.
Eddie thought about bringing in any players in January. That 100 mil we had on Caicedo, has now covered the losses that we're going to be having this season based on the absolute shambles of that stand being built. It will cover that because the amount of money we've lost on that. And third, let's be real, right? Let's be honest here. We all know my thoughts on Endo. Man City want to sign Endo. Man United certainly want to sign Endo. Chelsea didn't want Endo. Spurs didn't want Endo. West Ham didn't want Endo. Villa didn't want Endo. We're Liverpool Football Club. Why are we bringing in stopgaps of someone that's 30 years old? I get it, the James Milner type. Let's bring a Milner type replacement in. But we want to win league titles, and you're bringing me Endo to play as a 6 with McAllister. McAllister, let's get it right. I've been heavily criticising McAllister all season, but
he's not
Liverpool's
playing
best
in
midfield.
position.
And then when we do put him in an 8, he gets chopped, and now he's injured.
Liverpool's best midfielder. They were.
He's not. Gravenberch is Liverpool's best technically gifted. Barca Bosley. Gravenberch was Liverpool's best midfielder player yesterday. He was the one driving.
I'm telling you now, though, if Liverpool have McAllister in their midfield, Liverpool win that game.
For me, he don't start the game. He don't start Liverpool's 11. Best fit 11 if we get a proper 6. McAllister.
Who Maka?
Yeah. He won't be in Liverpool's best 11 with a top number 6. He won't be in there for me.
Thing is, we're already running Gravenberch into the ground already, and he's only been in the club for 6 months.
I don't think.
We've run him into the ground.
I don't think though that Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are good in the midfield together, and until we get a proper 6, like Fabinho.
Yeah, if you don't play Trent in that inverted role, you need more defensive-minded players. Like, because the thing is, Liverpool, as we have done under Jurgen Klopp, we all know where Liverpool's creativity comes from, and that's the width from Robbo and Trent. Like, it's no coincidence any Liverpool fan watching Liverpool in recent weeks, when Gomez has actually come on the pitch, we go back to what we were used to be doing. Last night showed evidently Gomez was going forward and bombing on. He was the only person that was trying to stretch the play and everything, but I don't know.
Rick, have you just seen Press's comment?
This comment bugged me all day. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it in WhatsApp groups. It's a load of nonsense. We're not turning Szoboszlai into Henderson. He's not a young Henderson. Because if you could tell me a game where Henderson dragged the ball forward, drove forward, had a shot from 25 yards, you can't, because it never happened. He's not the same type of player as Henderson, but just because he runs around for 90 minutes like we've seen him do, it's nonsense.
Go and look at the data at RB Leipzig before he comes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not Henderson.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I think, like, when we, like, even talking about Darwin Núñez, I think, I've seen a couple of people, obviously, big up, obviously big channels speak about Mo Salah.
The one today, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's laughable. But
the people look idiotic. Is the word.
But like, thinking about into the future, Liverpool for me would be best going to a 4-2-3-1. Now the saying's always like the only reason why teams go to 4-2-3-1 is because you can't play 4-3-3, and at the minute Liverpool can't play that. But Benfica did it and got the best out of Darwin Núñez. Now Liverpool could do that if Mo Salah does leave Liverpool next season. Again, don't want it personally, but Liverpool could go out and buy a Bakayoko from PSV, for example, for next season.
Liverpool Football Club is finished when Salah leaves, by the way.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. But
I don't think they are. I think you'd see a bit more.
But Ricky, if someone doesn't come in and start scoring his goals, are we anticipating Núñez he has to chip in with those goals?
Yeah.
To be fair, last time he went to AFCON, or he wasn't around, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain stepped up for a month. So I'm just saying.
Would you put Szoboszlai right wing when he was at AFCON?
No, because both him and Trent to be getting in the way of each other, man. Like, soddy.
They do that anyway, to be fair. But it's obvious. It's a Harvey Elliott spot for me when it does happen.
There's no pace. There's no pace there. And then we might as well stick to playing tiki-taka that ain't working. There's no pace in Elliot.
Yeah, but then who are you going to put right wing? Doak?
Do you know what?
For a month?
No. I'd go Luis Diaz right wing. I'd go Cody Gakpo left wing.
Well, so he's forced to actually go on the right-hand side.
Yeah. I think that. Because then if he does decide to go on his right foot, he's walking off the pitch. I'd go Gakpo on the left. And I'd do a swap depending who we're playing with Jota and Núñez down the middle.
To be fair, I will quickly find...
When's Jota back? Is Jota coming back? Because we need him for the Arsenal game. Because I'm not...
Arsenal, supposedly, but we'll find out in the week.
We'll bring him out when the players walk out on a stretcher. Him and Thiago. That'd be good.
So the games that we have when Mo's gone...
There's there's one big game in it.
No,
Chelsea.
Hang on. Arsenal in the FA Cup away, Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, and potentially Arsenal away in the league, depending on...
The Arsenal one is only if they get to the final, I think, Egypt.
Yeah, exactly. So so guaranteed he misses Arsenal in the Cup, Bournemouth and Chelsea. If they get through to the final, then yeah, he misses Arsenal.
Why would he want to go? Just throw it in the bin, retire from international duty because you're not winning anything major with Egypt. Let's be realistic.
To be fair, I think they're third favourite for it at the minute, so they must be in the running somehow. I think Ivory Coast, to be fair, I think a favourite for the AFCON this year.
If he wants to win the Premier League title, he'd bin it off this season.
You know, Mo's not doing that.
That's if he wants to prolong the agree there, Rick. From his point of view, look at what James Milner done, and look at what players that played for Liverpool. Carragher in the early stages of his career, I get Carragher wasn't getting ahead of Terry or anyone really, but Carragher could have easily have just played around and knocked round the England setup for a sixth choice centre half. But Carragher just went, I'm not going to get in there. Which Salah should be retiring from international football, like the end of this year for me.
How old is Mo? 31? 32? Yeah. It might do, depending on what happens with Egypt. Because if they get to the final and lose again, then he might do a Messi and retire.
Going back to Darwin Núñez, would you boys offer Daniel Sturridge a little incentive to come back in training and show Darwin Núñez?
I thought you were going to say like turn up at Anfield for
No, but would you bring someone like a Daniel Sturridge in? Because he was a natural born finisher. You had Sturridge at Liverpool, you had Fowler, Rush, Owen. Them boys were natural, Torres, natural born finishers. You'd bring someone in to Darwin Núñez and
Suarez. Like, the thing is,
Suarez was a finisher though.
He wasn't, but the problem is Suarez has done the same as what Darwin's done, adapted, and Suarez got it right. Darwin hasn't done that yet, and
Suarez knew where the goal was, though, mate. Like the thing is, I remember the quote that sticks out to my head for years when we signed him. Suarez used to say he knew where the goal was. He'd take one look up and he'd be 20, 30 yards away from goal. He didn't have to look at the goal. I think Thierry Henry done a video a couple of years ago where he just used to say when he's up against centre halves or gets past the last man, all the great strikers know exactly where that goal is without even looking up again, and he just strike the ball. That's what the thing is. I think yesterday showed was that transition when Núñez got on the ball on the edge of the penalty area, and there was about 5 options on him. He just doesn't have a clue what he needs to be doing.
I don't think he shoots enough.
Yeah, he needs to start shooting and being greedy, mate. I don't think any of us would be bothered. Just be greedy. Sod passing to Salah, sod passing. Like, if it's the most blatant tap-in, then sound. But I think whoever's... And that goes to the point where you just mentioned here, Ricky, with Sturridge. I think there's far too many people in his ears, mate. There's far too many people telling him what to do from a technical standpoint. But I don't know. But the only person that eradicates all these issues in front of goal is himself.
But do you know what frustrates me the most as well? The Darwin Núñez of Uruguay.
It's because they play to his strengths.
Yeah, they play 4-2-3-1. They play counter-attack. Like that. That's exactly the difference. like Darwin Núñez for Europe. Look at them; they beat Argentina in Argentina.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they didn't
And
concede
beat
for the
Brazil.
whole year.
Well.
Yeah, and beat Brazil. But the fact that Argentina didn't concede since the World Cup, and Darwin Núñez, well, did it by himself in that regard. And when you watch that Darwin Núñez, again, nothing before, nothing after. You watch that Darwin Núñez and you go, that's a world beater. That's a world class striker. And then you watch everything else and you're like, oh Jesus Christ, it might not actually be like that. But and I think I said this a couple of months ago. I think from Benfica, if Darwin Núñez is signed for Real Madrid, we would be talking with him right now being Haaland and Mbappe levels. I truly believe that. Because the difference from him going from Benfica to Liverpool, again, doesn't speak good English by the sounds of it. Again, we've heard him speaking now and then. But like you look at, we mentioned Bobby. Bobby didn't speak great English, but he could understand.
He had a footballing brain, Bobby.
Yeah, exactly. But with Núñez, I think if he went to somewhere like Spain or somewhere like that, that we would be seeing completely different Darwin Núñez right now. Because look how, I think Jurgen said, how much Maka has helped Darwin in the team this year. And, and you shouldn't be asking a brand new player to come in and do that, realistically, because it's practically a captain's job that Maka's come in and done.
Like last year, we paid $200,000 for the translator in Thiago anyway, so that's the at least we're trying to get some benefit and thing out of that.
God's sake.
But oh, Sodom, I don't even know why he's at the football club.
De Bruyne got injured, come back, and is back before freaking Thiago.
There's people still waxing lyrical about Thiago. Like, we miss you. Yeah. We've never missed you, mate. You've never even played for the football club for more than 6 weeks. It's absolutely laughable. But I pose a question to you both, boys, and everyone in chat. What is Núñez's best position? For me, it's left wing. But the issue that you've got there is you got Diaz, as Tom said on my show today. It looks like we've got far too many left wingers at the football club.
Striker for me. I think he still is a striker. You could play him on the left, but I think again Benfica striker. He scored.
But he played on the left edge. He was a left forward, like at Benfica. If you look at his heat map and everything.
It was more towards the left
channel, like of a striker, as you said. He played with an extra striker or whatnot, depending on the formation and that in a week-to-week basis. But for me, I think if Liverpool want to get the best out of him, play him as a left winger. Then he can then cut in and then shoot like that Bournemouth goal a couple of weeks ago in the cup. That was prime Núñez. You can't do it.
Go on, Rick. What are you saying? Left wing or striker? Right wing. Go on, say it.
Yeah. I think for me it's a number 9, but I think then the left winger needs to be a left winger that allows him to free roll from the 9 and drift wide. I think Darwin Núñez's biggest problem being a number 9 is Luis Diaz. I think if you put Gakpo left wing with Núñez in the middle, you'll see a different Núñez. And that's why I'm showing Diaz the door in the summer. I want him gone. But I won't also be against putting Núñez left wing. Like Jack says, it allows him to cut inside and hopefully he'd shoot more from being out there. And he won't be offside. He won't be offside on the left-hand side, would he?
Would you ever, we gone about false 9. Do we ever think that Lucho could be false 9 and then play Darwin left?
I don't think he's good enough. He can't finish either. He can't hit a barn door with a machine gun.
Today, I know Kev was on my video, Ricky. Yesterday, Kev, you watching? Like, if I ever seen Lucho playing as a false 9, yeah, that's the day that I'll stop being a Liverpool fan, mate. Because he has not got. That's the day I stop watching football in its whole entirety. Like, no.
Diaz is the worst of the front three.
Well, Liverpool don't at this moment in time don't even know what our best three is.
I don't even think we play a front three. We play like three players that are on top of each other.
I think if everyone's in form, I'd say Gakpo, I'd say Jota, and I'd say Salah. I think
Gakpo's awful.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a horrible front three.
Yeah,
but that would be Liverpool's best forward three line.
No,
for me,
I don't think Jota.
Diaz and Núñez on the left.
I don't think Jota's like, again. Everyone goes, "Oh, Jota's like,
Jota's
second best." Yeah, he's a impact sub. Again, Jota can play left wing striker. Yeah, sure, but Jota's at his best when he comes on. He makes that much of a difference.
Jota's our second best finisher at the football club.
Yeah, he is, but he's a poor starter.
Well, it doesn't matter. Jota only starts poor because he doesn't get a consistent run in the team.
Yeah, but that's because he's made of a prawn cracker, lad.
No, but I'm saying hypothetically, if he's fully fit and he can actually play for 20, 30 games, I tell you now, we'd
start.
If we had Jota against United, we win that game.
Yeah, 100%, because
we do.
I think even if you have, like I said, I think you have McAllister in that midfield, Liverpool win that game.
No. Even with McAllister,
yes, you do.
No, lads, did you watch that forward line last night, lads?
Yeah, no, lad, I agree with that. But Maka is 10 times better in that midfield. It makes that midfield better.
Yeah, but he's still having that issue of feeding absolute dross up front last night.
Listen, Gravenberch put them in a few times, and they didn't do anything with the ball. So McAllister would do the same thing.
I agree.
Like the movement of Lucho and Núñez is shocking. But if you put Jota in that position, he's the most naturally gifted finisher at the football club.
100%.
By a country bloody mile.
100%.
And we need him as quick as possible because I'll tell you what now. And the thing is, we've rang Gravenberch, but the thing is, that's our own issue. And doesn't know when your players are getting sent off this season. But that comes down to the management. When you've got all these sexy new toys, sexy new midfielders, start giving them rests, because you're just going to run them into the ground. But it is what it is.
Actually saying that, talking about Maka as well. A bit of breaking news: Maka is injured still for Arsenal. It says by Alexis McAllister, unlikely to be available until after the new year. So, yeah, brilliant as well.
What is our medical department doing, man?
To be fair, the injury that come out with what happened to him, I've never heard of it in football. Like
the stud's in his bone.
The stud went through the muscle and into near the bone. So they've got to wait for it to heal up the muscle. But it's his own problem for carrying on for an extra 20 minutes or whatever it was.
Just saying, Graham Souness used to just cheat fuck people and he still got up anyway. So, modern day footballers, mate.
That's all right. We've got Endo that can play again against Arsenal. Do you know what? Gravenberch is injured as well, so it'd be the midfield I'd have to go with would be I'd bring Jones in just for a bit of
it's gotta be.
Thing is, what we're doing now with Jones as well, though, boys. We're trying to get him to play a different way. He learned to actually release the ball quicker. But yesterday when he come on, we were trying to tell him, keep hold of the ball. I was like, no. Just amazing. But
do you know what? I wouldn't be too surprised, and this might sound really stupid as well, if Jurgen just went, right, Trent DM, Gomez right back. It would be the worst decision ever to do it against Arsenal. But I can just see it now. Already.
Imagine Odegaard against Trent in that midfield.
Oh, fuck me. Honestly, I can already see it, exactly.
But at least I won't have to watch Martinelli rip him a new one at right back for 90 minutes.
Martinelli is what Diaz can be, but he just refuses to.
No, Martinelli's levels above Diaz, lad.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it. No, but I'm saying if he's got the skill set of Martinelli to very much do what he does.
Do you know what? I don't know, mind, because Martinelli hasn't kicked on from last season. I think
Diaz.
No, true. I'm disagreeing with that, but I don't think Martinelli's kicked on as what he's done. Like last season, he was good, and this season they've awfully relied on Saka to produce the goal.
Trent would be in midfield for these 2 games coming out. I'll bring Gomez in for the Arsenal game. Not the West Ham game. I'd leave Trent where he is, but for the Arsenal game, I'll be bringing Gomez in right back. Then Trent can do what he wants to do.
Bring the canteen staff in, please.
Right, let's get into the comments a little bit. Get your guys' thoughts as well on the whole Darwin Núñez situation, and just anything that you guys want to talk about as well. Let me quickly go back up to a few comments. Núñez isn't the sharpest tool in the box. Let's be real, from Bry. Number 9. Núñez' best position is 4-4-2. 2 up top, Benfica player Gonzalo Ramos and Núñez. Yeah. That's true. His biggest problem is his finishing, in my opinion. He likes to leather the ball, doesn't he, Darwin? It's nothing is, finessed. It's, either whack it or it's miles over the bar. For Darwin, 100%. Diaz has been poor, lads. I'd agree. I think that was clipped when I think McKindo said if he played Lucho DM, but yeah, it'd be worse. The false 9.
I never want to see Lucho through the middle, mate. No.
Diaz out, Leao in. No.
I don't even think Leao's even the issue. Like the answer, really. He's
definitely not the answer. Mm. If you're thinking about Lucho now, Leao's a striker. He's not a left winger that Liverpool would want. He's an inside forward dash striker, but he's mainly a striker for Milan. Rather have Everton. No, he's so one-footed, man. Over 12 months, I've heard Klopp, Salah, the tactics, the fans, the media all blamed for Núñez not being able to finish. Anyone but him blamed, as well, from Bry. Jota is so clinical. I'd agree with that. Midfield was bad, but the forward line was 100 times worse. Yeah, again, if one of them could pass, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it? For God, Rick, who's putting that on the chat? Is it you or is it George? That's George, 100%. That's Luke. Horrid. Endo and Jones, so as well. Tom's point, you need to stop spending money on players and get a medical staff. Yeah, that is true. It's going to happen. Obviously, Luke putting it all about King Kai at the moment. Yeah, ever since I said that he's been absolute shite this season.
You just don't know ball. He's a good player.
He's not good. Like, it's taken him about 9 opportunities to put his goal the last couple of weeks. Can't believe we are going into an Arsenal game wondering how do we stop Kai Havertz. Youssef was right, baller. No, I won't have it. Kai, no. Again, look, Kai Havertz probably
I'll take Kai Havertz over Gakpo.
Oh, kick him, please. What are we chatting here?
Do you really rate Gakpo that highly, Joe?
Yes.
I wouldn't have.
Based on Gakpo.
What? Based on what he's done for PSV, he's a captain. What I've seen for the national team as well. Lad? Liverpool.
And what's he done in the Liverpool shirt?
Lads. You were slagging him off after 3 games.
Mate, listen.
Gakpo's a new Taki Minamino for you, lads.
No, listen. I like Gakpo.
Lad, if any Liverpool fan watches Gakpo and doesn't understand what you get from him, then give it an absolute massive wobble. Go and watch
I see him come on yesterday when we needed a goal shooting from 25, 30 yards and not passing the ball.
But yet again, but that's probably because they're playing with Dross as well himself, mate. That yesterday's performance wasn't just down to one individual bad performance. It's a lot more difficult for a player to come into a team or a game where it's going wrong than it is to obviously for a player to come in and go straight up front and when everyone's playing in form.
Sorry, by the way, Luke, like the fact that Kai Havertz went for 100 million euros and flopped at Chelsea. I won't have it again. Go Champions League final, go show, but like, come on, like he did nothing else at Chelsea.
Gakpo creates, Gakpo scores. He brings players in around him.
When's Gakpo's last goal, lad?
I don't know.
In the cup.
September.
No, it's not. He scored
in September.
He scored the. Well, actually, it might have
No.
been.
I put that picture in the group, didn't I, boys? September,
Oh, yeah, you
his
did.
last goal.
But
September.
I was
The thing is, though,
Natrick on Wednesday.
the thing is, though, with Gakpo, you can literally play him everywhere. Havertz can play everywhere because he's played left back at bloody Germany, but I think successfully.
Ask you a question.
Go on, man.
If, in what order, in our attacking options, in Gakpo, Diaz, Núñez, Salah, and Jota, them 5.
Yeah.
In order, who would be the first to go if we had to sell?
Out of all of our attackers?
Yeah, at them 5 players, who goes?
Diaz.
Mo Salah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, 200 months we can get a first striker.
The reinvent. No. I'd say Lucho.
Yeah, Diaz for me at that door, mate. Like, I mean, I'd take him anywhere and try and get.
It's between Lucho and Gakpo, but Lucho for me.
Do you not rate, I can't believe you just don't rate Gakpo that much.
I like Gakpo, but lad,
I love him as a player, man.
I need a goal in 3 months.
Well, when we speak,
we've sat through Bobby going with like droughts, lad.
Yeah, but we assists.
We speak though as well about Darwin. Like Jurgen lost faith in Cody to do a job. This is why Darwin's starting week in, week out.
No, Darwin's starting because we've paid 80 million for him, lad.
That doesn't matter.
Well, it does.
It doesn't. You're telling me that Jurgen Klopp picks Darwin over Gakpo because of money?
Yes.
No.
Like, you do not know Jurgen Klopp.
That's just what Jurgen doesn't give a shit whether or not Darwin costs a tenner.
Now, the thing is with Gakpo this season, or when he has played, similar with Jota, both of them, him and Jota, are so frustrating. The main thing they need to do is actually both of them stay fit for like 6 months. That would be a start.
6 weeks?
Or even that. Like
6 weeks.
No, but it's that's why, as we said at the top of the show, the frustration from every Liverpool fan in the last couple of months. Don't get me wrong, we're flying. We are flying. We're absolutely flying. We're on top 3. Well, should have been really top of the league already. Again, but it's this chopping and changing attackers. If we all knew what our best forward 3 was, start actually playing them. I think we've been hindered massively is when we just keep on chopping and changing players, in all honesty.
Can I just say that if Liverpool had got a goal, you know what's going to happen with it. But like, if Liverpool had got a goal yesterday, do you think there would have been the reaction that there has been?
No, because that's what happens when you and I've been naive in the past as well. In terms of giving players contracts. I remember when we spoke about Henderson, I was like, oh, we'll give Hendo, he deserves a contract. But 6 months later down the line, it turned out to be, what is Hendo doing? Get him out of the football club for the majority of most Liverpool fans. Not that he's a terrible person, but in all honesty, his qualities on a football pitch didn't really message the wage as well. So it swings and roundabouts. It's one of them. In all honesty, for me, miss.
Actually, to be fair, I haven't really. It's a little bit linking in with Luke's question. Would you take any other Premier League striker, Tony, Joe Pedro, or Ferguson? I think, was it Plintenberg mentioned that Liverpool are strongly monitoring Openda from Leipzig, which, again, I've watched about 2 games of Openda for Leipzig, but again, would Liverpool go after another forward while having the front line we have at the minute?
I loved him at Lens. When he had Lens on me. Okay. He used to score bangers. He's yet again an extremely pacey player. But I suppose it goes to the age-old question watching Liverpool. When we play a low block, we poo our pants.
like little children as well. Jack Spawn made too many changes, pressing. Yeah, I would have took that Erling Haaland geezer. I think we might have all done, to be fair, at the time press.
Even he was scoring this Liverpool team.
Maybe not. Do you think Salah's the problem? Why the team doesn't play well? Seems like if Salah has a bad game, the team flops. Potentially.
Like I told you, Mo Salah has to touch the ball every time we have an attack. It's like he's in his contract, $350 a week, and he has to touch the ball before it goes in. Let Darwin Núñez just pick the ball up in the middle of in the opposition half, and let him hit one from range. Because we've seen him do it.
That's that prime example this season, the Fulham game. See what happens when our players actually score from range. You can do. You've got the qualities to anyway, so what's right?
Diaz, Jota, Gakpo, and Núñez all left-sided or central. Only Salah for the right. It's not balanced enough. I think Openda can also play on the right. I think I'm not too sure on that. Don't like how some supporters turn on our players when we go on a poor run. Yeah, I think like as we mentioned earlier on, like certain individuals was like get Klopp out, get Salah out, do this, do that, and I'm like. It's honestly like fair enough. You can have a conversation. I think even this, it's not really it's a debate. It's
a proper debate. It's what you would have in the pub, but it's we know why they do that as well.
Yeah,
and
100%.
The stuff I've said over the years, I've had some absolutely clangers, but at the end of the day, it's about, as always, getting behind the team, and it's frustrating. Don't wrong, we're all fuming off the yesterday, but. The fact that people were shouting to get rid of Salah, nah.
Yeah, 100%.
Liverpool would be in the confidence if we didn't have Salah and Jurgen Klopp, mate. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, 100%. Jack Saka, when he was the manager of 8 teams in the night, and Lens let him down and faces Liam.
Don't get me started on the French league, boys. Don't get me started.
God's sake. To be fair, your French league with you, Middlesbrough with me. Don't mention Middlesbrough. To me anyway.
Konza to Vicky as well, so
yeah, I'll buy into Ricky. Konza should have taught Darwin to have the dog and say I don't know the dog about Mo. He's had his time. It's my time to score. Yeah, absolutely. Hit from range, it just might stay in the stadium. Yeah, 100%. But to be fair, if it's Trent running onto a ball, just smack it all the time.
Also, was anyone confident when Joe Gomez got put down the right hand side a little bit to have a shot on goal? Because the commentator every game we played mentions Joe Gomez has never scored.
I genuinely think one time he'll smash it, he'll hit about 3 players and then go in. And he'll class the Joe Gomez goal. That's what I think.
I think Ricky's saying good night in the chat there. So
yeah, too fair.
Sod American sports, man. Like sod them. Like they don't. No,
before we do it off,
we chatting.
I like basketball, but basketball's a short game.
No, that's alert the chat to this when. You know the fun stops when you're betting on Transylvanian football. Like
that's never me, man.
Oh, I don't know. The last bet I had, there was a game at 3:00 in the morning. I didn't realise in the Japanese second division. I bet on Boca Juniors women's last week. I didn't even know they had a women's team. Times are hard.
That's it. When the fun stops, stop. Anyway, but before we do head off, anyway. And finish on Darwin Núñez. What do you think is the one thing, I'll start with you, Rick, that Liverpool or Jurgen Klopp could do to get Darwin to be that prolific goal scorer or to be that player that what Liverpool needs to be?
By stopping Pep Linders doing the tactics before a game would help.
I'm looking for a serious answer, not your agenda against Pep Linders.
Listen, we're playing Pep Linders football in a minute. It's not Klopp's football. I'd just like us to speed it up a little bit instead of taking 4 or 5 minutes to try and get down the other end. Like, just move the ball around quicker, and who knows? Darwin Núñez might bang a hat-trick Saturday.
Jack, what about you? What's the one thing that Liverpool or Jurgen Klopp could do to unleash Darwin Núñez, if you want to say that?
Play to his strengths. Actually play him. I'd say play him left wing. Let him cut in on that left-hand side into the pitch. In the centre of the pitch, mate. And, just play him down the left because he quite clearly can't play through the middle, mate, for Liverpool.
Well, actually, before we do head off, how many goals do we think Darwin will end on all competitions for Liverpool?
10 at this rate in the Prem.
He's currently on 7, so
I'd say 15.
Only 3 more to go.
I'd say 15 in the Prem. That's been
no. I mean all competitions, so Prem, Europa.
If he's not getting minimum at least 20, then it's been a disastrous season for him. So I'd say it needs to get minimum 20. Do I think he will get 20? No.
Rick, what about you?
20 and he fires us to the league title.
Go on.
Hang on, what flicked the switch in your head over after about 5 minutes, lads?
We're ending the stream, so I need to go on a positive mind frame for Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah. Wait there. Ricky, put your fingers back on your head, lads. There you go.
Putting them off Rashford celebration away. Shocking, mate. Didn't he?
I thought you were auditioning for the new X-Men there for Professor X, lads.
To be fair, I can't get Ricky off singles, so I'm gonna have to. Oh bloody hell! As I'm really doing.
Bloody hell!
Hang on a minute. Let me move everyone back. There we go. Sorry, Rick. But yeah, for some reason, StreamYard wouldn't work then. But no, I haven't. To be fair, but no, I'd say 20. If it isn't 20, then it's a fail. It's a failure, and I think then Liverpool have to then think about next summer anyway. But we are going to leave it there for tonight, guys. A big thank you to all you guys. It's past Ricky's bedtime. It should have finished 10 minutes ago.
In your back garden there, lad.
Yeah, one of these shots just landed.
But big thank you to Jack as well. A big thank you to Ricky. Obviously, please go and subscribe to the Anfield Road TV and, of course, 1892 Reds TV as well, of course. We'll be back tomorrow with West Ham preview because, of course, that's on Wednesday. Big week for the Reds, like we've already discussed. And, yeah, fingers crossed. No more bad news in terms of injuries or anything of the sort, neither. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from us. I'll be Connor from the Cop Council. See you guys then. Ta-ra.